Chael Sonnen believes that Conor McGregor will lose to Michael Chandler. Speaking to Bloody Elbow, Chael said Michael Chandler is going to win. You have the most disciplined guy in the sport, arguably, and you have the most undisciplined guy in the sport for sure. It's one of those situations where when you do this conversation, everyone's going to be lazy like I'm going to be right now and say, Conor's got a puncher's chance, and if Chandler stands up with him, so on and so forth. I don't know where you get that idea, a puncher's chance. I know that's something fun people say, but you've got to go back to Michael Moore dropping the belt to George Foreman. There's no such thing as a puncher's chance. The better guy wins. He wins every single time. Michael Chandler could go out there and box with Conor at this point. You don't get better at something by not doing it. Sean O'Malley gives an update on the potential fight against Merab in the Sphere. Sean also discusses potentially being a co-main event below Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway. He says that he'd be upset with it, but it would be fine as long as he gets pay-per-view points.
Boys, my people are going to know before anyone. So I'll let my people know when I'm fighting and where. Could it be the Sphere? It very well could be. I have not got any confirmation that it is the Sphere. I was pushing for it heavily. And then I kind of slowed down pushing for it just because I'm like, UFC is going to do whatever the UFC wants to do. So let me know.
But Dana's saying it's going to be the biggest one ever. I'm going to make this. It makes me think, damn, there is a chance.
I know. I'm hoping they... Yeah, I'm hoping they put me on. I'm hoping they do do a crazy card, kind of like they did in Miami, and put me on the main event. Let me get that pay-per-view, boy.
Well, even if you're co-main, right?
I'm trying to think who I'd co-main with.
Ilia,
yeah, I would be upset. He's too short.
Max.
If he was taller than me, I'd say that's fine. But the fact that he's 5'4", a main eventing over me, it'd piss me off. But I'd be fine with it if we got pay-per-view. But I don't know if they'd do Max versus Ilia, me versus Merab. Because I'm wondering if Max is going to get pay-per-view next fight, not for the BMF, but also because he's that big of a star. There's 0% chance UFC pays me, Ilia, and Max pay-per-view. So I'm thinking I don't think that's it. I think there's something around there could be it, but I don't think that's it.
Belal Muhammad explains why he dislikes Sean Strickland.
What is your beef with Sean Strickland?
Honestly, I had no care about him at all until I posted one thing about Palestine, and it was literally like 3 years ago. Same thing, they were getting bombed, and he just commented on there when it had nothing to do with him because he likes to just put his nose into stuff and get attention. And he said something like, "They need to just give up, and they're gonna end up losing anyway. They just need to bend the knee." And it was like the stupidest statement ever, but he did it just to get attention and to get a comment out of myself. So when somebody like that who's sitting there laughing at people dying or making a joke out of it, it just shows what type of person he is. He's like a piece of trash. Recently, where he was crying on Theo Von about his dad and, well, you can't talk about my dad. Don't bring up family. That's dirty when you do it. But you're literally talking about kids that just got bombed, kids that are dying, and you're making a joke of it. But when it comes back to you, it was all fake because it was trying to get that clout. Sean Strickland has 2 million followers because they're waiting for that one stupid thing he's gonna say, and he understands that now. So that's why he continues to do it, and he continues to play off that role of, I'm this crazy dude, and I'll stab you if you do anything. But he doesn't. He's not gonna do anything. He's just all talk.
Kamaru Usman fired back at Conor McGregor, calling him a bum on live stream earlier this week.
Usman. Who's Usman? Kamaru Usman? F*** him. Kamaru Usman. He's a bum. Give a f*** about Usman, yeah?
And I had no idea what exactly was going on. All I heard was the clip of him saying, I guess fans were asking him questions, and he was going, who? Usman, Kamaru Usman? Yeah, him. Yeah, he's a bum. Honestly, I have to break it down here. Henry, it's more than just money. At what point does this become more than money? At what point does this become the integrity of the sport? Let's say at the end of the day, Conor is who Conor is. Conor has done some pretty fantastic things in this sport of mixed martial art for the UFC. He has, but Conor, so have I. You were a champion, so was I. So at the end of the day, you can't go around saying that. Where I have a little issue is where you come around and you say, oh, he's a bum, or he's this. You can't say that, Conor. You know, I didn't kick him while he was down. He's had run-ins with the laws. He's had back-to-back incidents and situations, but you never heard me sit there and kick the man while he was down. So there needs to be a level of respect here, because at the end of the day, that's what this sport is all about, is the respect and the discipline that we all put in to get to the top of the sport. And that seems to be something that he's lacking. But you just say, oh, Ilia Topuria, he's a bum. He's not a bum. He's the champion of the world right now. I'm not a bum, clearly, because if you wanted an opportunity to fight me. I gave Conor 2 opportunities to fight me. 2 opportunities while I was champion. I told him, hey, if you want a crack at that 3rd belt, who better? I was on the run that I was on. Who better than you to come up and fight? And he talked about it. He bounced back and forth. When he wanted to make his return, he said, oh yeah, maybe I'll go up and grab the 3rd belt. But it is what it is, Conor. My man, I think it's sometimes better that you put that whiskey bottle down and actually, come back to your wits and be a good father and a good role model.
Ilia Topuria also fired back at Conor McGregor's live stream rant.
Conor, opinions on Topuria. F him too. Don't give a about him either. He reminds me of a little Artem Lobov. Topuria does, yeah. Two little.
Ilia went on to say, I hope to defend the belt with Max Holloway, and then I want to fight with Conor McGregor. It's going to be the biggest fight in MMA history. Maybe I could fight Islam in the future. Right now, I just see the Max Holloway fight, the Conor fight. Maybe if Islam keeps defending the belt, and he keeps becoming bigger and bigger, maybe one day we could see that fight too. But for the moment, he's not in my list. Ryan Garcia says that Joe Rogan is refusing to have him on his podcast. It started when Joe Rogan posted this footage yesterday to his Instagram. Ryan left a comment saying, I would KO you so quick, but nice kicks, fam. I'll have mercy if you let me on the show. So then earlier today, on X, Ryan wrote, what's even crazier is Joe Rogan won't have me on. Interesting because he's had everyone on but me. He is scared of me, I guaranteed. This user replied, he don't know you, lil bro. Ryan says, you dumb. He's literally talked about me on his podcast. Then he wrote, I figured it out. Someone put a spell on Joe Rogan to not let me on. Ryan then hosted a meeting on X and had this to say.
Why hasn't he reached out to me?
Have you tried reaching out to him?
Of course, bro. Of course. Yes, I have. I'm dead. I literally reached out to him. He doesn't want to put me on. I don't know why. The phone's getting out. I don't know why he won't.
I think he would, with the whole Bohemian Grove thing, because they've talked about that on there before.
No, there's a reason why he won't let me on.
Why? Because you speak the truth?
No, because I'll blow the whole lid off. Somebody's telling him not to. Somebody that pays him a big bag is not letting me on. There's no other reason. What other reason would be for a guy that is literally Alex Jones on and not me on? That's a little weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Literally, I've been begging him. I'm literally one of the most famous men in the world, and he won't let me or Andrew Tate on. Has Andrew Tate ever been on the show? It's getting a little weird now.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Joshua Mendoza. It says, Conor already passed his drug test, right? The second one's in reference to the new footage of Joe Rogan hitting the heavy bag. It says, Jake Paul gonna call out Rogan next. And the final one's from Will Cap for Food. It says, Dana, nobody likes power slap. Accept it. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.